It's all right there, which is a nice segue because I'm supposed to talk about healing. At the fifth Sunday, the practitioners all take different pieces of it, and we had a little text chain going, and it's like, who's going to do the talk? And there was crickets, and Joe's like, I'll do it. And I'm like, I'll do whatever you guys want. And Bill's like, all right, you do it. And I thought maybe our resident professional healer, by profession, obviously, Joe does a great job. And I thought, what can I say about healing that hasn't been said? Because there are books and stacks of, I have so many of them on my bookshelf, and I got some books out last night. I was like, I want to find some good quotes. And I thought, I'll just spend 10 minutes talking about what other people said about healing, and that'll be done. Because it's all one. It really is, and you can look at it different ways. And like Bill said in the God call that we heard this morning, it all depends on how you look at it. We all are proponents here of Ernest Holmes' teaching, and it's based on the Science of Mind, the textbook, this little thing here. And he has a lot to say about healing. He uses the word heal or health 85 times. And it's a lot of different ways to say the same thing. And if you read Ernest much, you'll know that he says the same thing a lot of different ways. But I do want to hit you guys with a couple of Ernest Holmes quotes. If you're following along at home, page 212. Healing is not creating a perfect idea or a perfect body. It is revealing an idea which is already perfect. Healing is not a process. It is a revelation. And we've heard that many times here, certainly, healing is a revealing of the truth. And what does that mean? Right? It means that we, as practitioners of this, and I don't mean, licensed practitioners or professional practitioners, because we are all practitioners of this thought process, this way of approaching this science of mind, as the book says. And it's up to us to tap into the truth underlying everything, that we are all that one. We are all that creative force. Everything is created as an expression of that one. And if that one is God, it's good, it's all good. That means everything is good. Everything is perfect, whole, and complete. And we don't have to do anything to change a situation to bring about a demonstration of healing in our lives. There's no work involved. The only work really is for us to get ourselves out of the way, our limited thinking, to open up to that understanding of the good that is beneath everything. And I'm going to hit you with a little more, Ernest, here. The possibility of healing physical disease, changing environment, attracting friends, and demonstrating supply through the power of right thinking rests entirely on the theory that we are surrounded by an infinite mind which reacts to our thought according to the law. So all we need to do, it's simple, right? It's simple. Don't think about the problem, think about the solution. And in healing, we don't think about getting rid of some ailment or some disease. We think about ourselves being whole, the condition being a divine expression of the infinite, whether it's physical healing, because we tend to think about healing as physical, but it could be as that excerpt read, having friends in our lives, a better demonstration of prosperity. Perhaps it's creative expression, whatever and however you want the infinite to express in your life that you feel is not evident now, to turn, that pivot that Bill talked about, turn away from what we don't want and think about and focus and open ourselves to what we do want. I think of two other quotes. They're not Ernest Holmes, and one's Eric Butterworth, I think, and one's Emmett Fox. I used to read a lot of both of them when I was new in this practice, and a couple things stuck out to me for years. One of them, the quote is roughly, to really have a demonstration of healing, first see nothing to heal, and then do nothing about it. And that's really the highest form of healing, is to not even see, not even aware, not allow into your consciousness deeply, not be in denial, to say, oh, no, la, it doesn't exist, but to really fully embody the wholeness and perfection that is there in truth, and not even seeing anything to be healed, and then doing nothing about it, because you don't have to do anything about it if there's nothing there. And this other one, I think, is Butterworth. He was talking about healing and demonstrating healing, and he had an example as if you're walking down the street and you happen to see let's say there's a car accident and someone's laying in the street with a broken leg. Unless you can fully and completely know and see that that leg is healed, whole, and complete, it's probably a good idea to call the ambulance, right? So you have to be where you are. You have to be able to demonstrate what you can fully believe in faith. And maybe if you're having a challenge, it's hard sometimes in prayer to think about the highest and best and this great thing that you want, but you can baby step and you can start where you are and think about, like when Bill talks about something that's 10% better, and just build on that and build and open yourself up to the highest expression of God that you can embody in that moment. Right. And in the next moment, and the next moment, and it's going to build, and we can create our lives according to our beliefs and this new thought that we have. And we're going to delve into that a little bit with the white stones and have an opportunity to open ourselves to a new expression of ourselves in the world, and maybe get into some healing and revealing of the truth of who we are as beautiful, bright lights of God's love. You are a bright light of love. Blessings to you all, to us all.
Thank you, Breen. Thank you, Breen. Breen did mention white stones. The white stone is an ancient ritual. In biblical days, when someone served time in prison or in bondage of any kind, they were given a white stone when they were released. And this is what a white stone looks like these days. Each of us comes from some kind of bondage. Today, we're being given a white stone to signify our freedom. So all of your past nonsense was a prison to you, but now you're free to go and be and do anything that you choose. As Breen was talking, the situation up until now is just the trajectory we've been on. What happens next is up for discussion. So you're free to go and do and be anything you choose. Anything you can believe and conceive, you can be and you can do. In Revelation, John talks about people being given a new name. It says, "He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will I give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, save he that is receiving it." In biblical times, it was believed that when people overcame something and made their connection with the divine, they got a new name. And that name was written on a white stone. And the name was given to them directly by Spirit. That new name given by God. And no one else interfered. No one else even needed to be aware of what the name was. It was a new nature. It was a new consciousness. It was a new way of listening to that still small voice and understand that next greatest version of ourselves. So in the white stone ceremony that we're going to do today, we're going to do a little meditation to become aware of what that new name might be, and of the healing and the newness and the freshness that we are intending. And because it's a Fifth Sunday healing celebration and it's also a white stone ceremony, when we get to the activation part, we are going to light a candle, which you can do yourself, or I'll be lighting some candles here, so I can light one for you by proxy. And also writing down that new name that we are going to own, that Spirit tells us we are going to own for the new year.